So, I've received my my electric bill for January 2017, and so let's switch to the screen capture that I made of that. And let's see, so you can see that my previous bill, this would have been for the one I received in December, that actually covered much of November, was $28.05. And so you can see that my current bill, the one that I just received now, that I think it we'll look here in just a minute, but it goes to January the 7th or the 8th, and it includes most of the month of December, is now $47.45. So let's take a look at probably the most useful thing here is my previous usage history. And so you can see that on the far right there, it says January. I used, they're billing me for 284 kilowatt hours. And so if we look over to the left, we can see that in January of 2016, I used 858, at least for the billing period. Now, the billing period includes December, most of December, and that was last year. That was my, at least in 2016, last year, that was my biggest month where I used the most electricity. And of course, the reason is because I took my vacation. I had a lot of people there. Parents were there with me in my house. There was a lot of cooking going on, laundry, lots of family dinners, lots of lights being used, furnace. Of course, the furnace is gas, but it is a forced heat system. But you can see that January, at least the December, was really, is where the January bill covers. That's my biggest month. And then, the next biggest month would be July of 2016. So you can see that if you divide that out, that's about, my bill for this time was about 1/3 of what it was for the same period, the same time period, 1 year ago. So let's see if we kind of look at this. This is right here. It's kind of going through the billing period, 12/7 through, or it's probably through 1/8. It says 2/19, so that means through January the 8th. And they're kind of going through the different, the different usages and net metering and so on and so forth. So we have the base customer charge of $22, and then there's an energy charge of $22.69. Fuel cost adjustment was minus 74 cents. Debt cost adjustment was 9 cents. The county tax was 55 cents. Arkansas state tax was $2.86 for a total of $47.45. And let's see. So I think that pretty much covers it. So that is what I use for this. Was my biggest month. Typically it's my biggest month electric usage wise of the year, and so that's been knocked down at this point by 2/3, and so I'm pretty happy with that. Now as we begin to move, you look at February. If we zoom in on that, February, March, and April, and May, it looks like I started using a little bit of air conditioning. But February, March, and April were fairly consistent. I used 277 in February of 2016, 287 in March, and 275 kilowatt hours in April. And so we will start to get into where it's going to start really getting interesting is when we start moving into the months where there's more, a lot more sunshine. The days get longer, so there's more hours of sunshine that'll be occurring, and less days of cloud cover. And what I think will probably happen at some point, I'm hoping that it happens, theoretically it could happen, where I actually put more kilowatt hours into the grid than I actually am using for let's say for one of these, February, March, or April billing periods. And so that should be interesting to see if that occurs. And then, of course, if I do that, then I get credit later on in the year whenever I have a month where I'm using more. So, but it's going to be very interesting to see what, for example, what happens in June and July and August, because those are obviously my big air conditioning months. So it should be pretty interesting as the year progresses. So I'm pretty happy with this bill right here, $47.45. Pretty happy with that. And I ended up knocking the usage down by pretty much 2/3 of what it was for the same time period 1 year ago.